5 things I want to see in Dexter Resurrection. Let's talk about it. Hey, great to have you here. So with Dexter Resurrection soon to come out, I figured I would put out my own personal top 5 wish list for what I want to see in the series. Definitely share your own personal wish list in the comments below. So let's not waste any time. Let's just jump right into number 1. And with number 1, I have having a surprise original Dexter series cast inclusion. We do already know we're getting more Batista. We know we're getting Harry back. And we know we're getting some of these former big bad cameos as well. However, I'm hoping we get a recognizable face that we aren't expecting. Some of the options here would be someone like Masuka, Hannah, Lumen, maybe even someone like Jonah Mitchell. But my own personal preference would be Joseph Quinn. Quinn was one of my favorite characters that was added to the original series. It'd be awesome to see what he's up to now. He was always that kind of cool, towing between the lines of gray areas as far as being a good guy and a bad guy, kind of like Dexter is. I will add too, during Original Sin's airing, he did appear on a YouTube video where he seemed willing to return, so let's hopefully make that happen. Coming in number 2, my Dexter Resurrection wishlist is a believable transition from New Blood to Resurrection. So at the end of New Blood, we left off with Dexter being accused of being the Bay Harbor Butcher and having killed the coach. And based on the trailer, somehow we go from that predicament to him roaming around in the streets of New York City. So I just need some semi-logical way he gets from point A in Iron Lake to point B being in New York City without getting arrested or being a nationwide vigilante. It doesn't need to be the best explanation for me personally. I just don't want Dexter to turn into the series You that got very silly with its serial killer never getting caught. Coming in number 3, and this is also a build-up off of New Blood, having an improved depiction of Harrison. Even if this logically made sense, since Dexter essentially abandoned him, it generally wasn't fun to have on screen, which I think most fans felt that way. I know at one point at the end of New Blood, they talked about doing a Harrison spinoff, and I think a lot of people were against that because of how Harrison was depicted so poorly in New Blood. So for Resurrection here though, I want Harrison to have his own story and his own journey that he goes on. I assume he's still going to have his dark passenger alongside him, so let's explore some of that in a way that makes him more endearing and a character that we want to see in scenes just as much as someone like Dexter. Now coming in number 4, we have a strong big bad for Dexter Resurrection. This is something I'd want to see in pretty much any season of Dexter. Semi-Dexter Original Sin spoiler here, so be mindful of that, but I really enjoyed Dexter Original Sin, and I liked Patrick Dempsey as an actor, but Captain Aaron Spencer was a pretty weak villain for me, and I do feel like the quality of the antagonist weighs heavily on how the season is ultimately perceived. Based off everything we've seen, I believe Peter Dinklage is our big bad here, so let's hope his role really knocks it out of the park, or even Central Park, Just kidding, I'm hoping the show's not actually that cheesy. Either way, let's hope he can live up to some of the series greats like Trinity or the Ice Truck Killer. And finally, coming in number 5, I have make New York City work as a location. I've mentioned before that in the original show, Miami was almost a character with how lively and involved it was with the music and ambiance. In New Blood, Iron Lake was alright as an isolated winter landscape that kind of made sense for Dexter to be at this point in time, but it missed some of that Miami charm. And with New York City being the backdrop for Resurrection, this feels like it could be a little bit over the top. I'm a bit worried that this turns into Dexter on Broadway. I do think the city should play a role in how the show feels, but once again, let's just not make it too silly. So that's my list of things I'm hoping for in Dexter Resurrection. Let me know down in the comments below, what are some things that you're hoping for? At this point, we have less than a month before the show airs, and I'm really looking forward to returning to the Dexter universe, especially with Michael C. Hall reprising his role as Dexter in the flesh. I do plan to do episode reviews and potentially live streams throughout the season, so make sure to subscribe for more future Dexter content. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to talk to you again soon.